Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Career a Day segment. So we're highlighting some in-demand jobs and then telling you how you can land one of those jobs. With me now is Wayne Collins. He's the Associate Chief at with the Border Patrol, the U.S. Border Patrol, and you just got back to San Angelo, and I say back because you've been here before.
Yes, ma'am. I grew up in Sonora, Texas, and then I went to school, of course, in Lubbock, and then I graduated from Angelo State University, and I joined the Border Patrol about 26 and a half years ago.
Wonderful, a hometown guy. So tell me, if somebody is interested in joining the Border Patrol, how do they do that?
Well, there's different avenues to do that. The easiest way is to go to our website, which is www.cbp.gov/careers. There's also a number that I'll give you at the end of the segment that someone can call if they need additional help or have additional questions for the Del Rio sector recruitment office here that covers this area.
Right, yes, and the Del Rio sector does cover San Angelo and Abilene, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So we technically fall in the Del Rio sector.
Yes.
Perfect. So we're talking about, joining the Border Patrol. The education requirements, what do those look like?
Well, we look for people that are competent, but we do need a GED or a high school education to be able to start the application process with the Border Patrol.
Perfect. So somebody could graduate high school and then start the process and join.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some other requirements, some employment requirements, that sort of thing. But if you go to the application, you talk to one of our recruiters, then they're going to walk you through that process.
Wonderful. So we file the application, then we get accepted. What's next?
Once you go through the process, you'll submit the application, and once you submit the application, then that will be reviewed by some folks to make sure that you actually qualify for these positions. I understand one of the things that has been some people have been hanging up on is that year of employment before. It can be, it doesn't have to be with the same employer, it could be different employers. But you do have to, I believe, have that year of employment for the application. Once you submit your application, they'll schedule you for an exam. You'll take the exam to see. It's basically just to see how you'll fit into the system and make sure that you'll be able to accomplish the job. After that test, then they'll send you for a medical. After the medical, you'll do a document that starts your background process. After the background process, then you'll go into a polygraph examination, and then you'll have a conditional offer of employment based upon your drug screening. Perfect.
So a few things we got to accomplish first, but then once we get there, it's going. We're on the on a roll.
Yeah, it's a great job. It's and the salaries are very, very competitive these days. You'll start out as a GL7, which is in numbers wise, that's about a little less than $50,000 a year. Plus 25% overtime that we do require you to work, plus the locality pay. Depending on where you're at on the border, you get paid different amounts based upon the economies, the local economies. From that, you will progress each year to a different grade. 7, 9, 11, and then 12 is the journeyman grade. The salary for a GS-12 is a little over $75,000. Plus the 25%, plus the locality pay.
Okay, and I'm glad you brought that up. So you're here in San Angelo, but most likely they're going to have to venture out beyond San Angelo, right?
Yes, ma'am. We do patrol 6,000 miles of land border on the Mexican and the Canadian border. Most of those are on the southwest border, and that's where most of the assignments will be. You'd have to refer to the USA Jobs announcements for any specific job openings in certain areas.
Okay, perfect. So now when we're looking at the types of jobs within Border Patrol or assignments, what do those look like?
Oh, there's many jobs that you can do within the Border Patrol. It's got a vast amount of career opportunities. You go to the academy for about 6 months. After the academy, you're on probation for about a year. And so the remainder of that 6 months will be in the field and on the job training. After that year, you can put in for collateral duty assignments. Some of those assignments include ATVs, horses, tracking sign cutting units, prosecutions, EMTs, all different kinds of things, recruiting, chaplaincy. We have a multitude of opportunities of things that you'd like to do. The majority of what our folks do is patrol the border, sign cutting, checkpoint, roving patrol operations. Those are great things to do. And I can't tell you how fulfilling they've been throughout my whole career.
Yes, and speaking of that, we were going to talk about how you can move up in the Border Patrol, and you're living proof of that.
Well, yeah. Well, I have went from a GS5 to a GS15, yes, and many of those steps in between. Yes, there's plenty of opportunity for advancement if you want to do that and go into the management ranks. We are always looking for good leaders. We need people to lead this organization. Honor first is our motto. It's what we live by on and off duty, and we need folks to lead this organization.
Perfect. So do you have any final thoughts or messages for anybody who has watched this now and they're like, you know what, that's me, I can do it? What would you tell them?
Oh, I would suggest you try. If you have any questions whatsoever, call our recruiters. Talk to those recruiters. But this is a great job. It's a great opportunity. As I said, I left San Angelo 26 and a half years ago. Went to San Diego, California. Chula Vista was my first station. Had many assignments in between now and then. I'm wearing my 11th badge, my 11th position within the Border Patrol. So I am living proof somebody from San Angelo can do that.
Wonderful. Awesome. So what number should they call if they have any of those questions?
Yeah, they can call the Del Rio Recruiting Office at 830-778-7866. And anyone there will be able to assist them. Those are trained recruiters that know the system very well. They know the requirements, and they can walk you through the process.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for joining us for our Career a Day segment. Don't forget, you can always go to Concho Valley Workforce Solutions website and our website, ConchoValleyHomepage.com. That's all for right now, but we'll see you next time.